Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be talking about BKFC 56 Utah. And man, I can't stress this enough. This is a fight card. What the BKFC have done here is just phenomenal. I'm actually stoked for this. I'm actually more excited for this BKFC fight card than the UFC events. I'm not joking. I'm thinking to myself, which excites me more? This BKFC card, honestly. So we're going to talk about not the main event because, I've made a video on Eddie Alvarez and Mike Perry. I think Mike Perry's going to go in. I think he's going to beat him. But listen, if Eddie Alvarez does it, he does it. I'll make a separate video on that maybe the day before. I've made a few videos on the main event, but there is a fight here, guys, that yous are not looking at. Ben Rothwell and Duffy. Now, Ben Rothwell, I've just watched a few of his fights, and I have to admit these for anybody, any BKFC fans that are coming in here, and these are maybe hardcore fans. I'm not as hardcore as like UFC or MMA events, but I'm getting into it, and I'm really, really enjoying the fight cards. The last couple of cards I watched the Danny Christie card, fantastic, big upsets throughout the whole night. But I can't lie to you. Prior to that, I think I watched Artem Lobov versus Paulie Malignaggi. We all sort of tuned in for that one to see Paulie get beat by Artem T-Rex arms. It was really, really classic fight. I've watched a few in between, but nothing really that stands out to me. I can't really get invested in the fighters, but I'm starting to get invested in the fighters now. And it's really, really entertaining stuff. So the Ben Rothwell fight, well, Ben Rothwell fought in MMA. He was known for his sort of theatrics coming in, the music, the walkouts, and he's a really, really good fighter. But I watched him fight in BKFC, man. This guy's, I think he's the largest heavyweight bare knuckle boxer, like, record. He broke a record for that. And I watched a few of his fights, and man, can that guy fight. Like, he can really fight in bare knuckle boxing, especially when it comes to the clinch. And I'm saying this now, a lot of people are saying this, but I said this way back before anybody was saying it. The clinch is making the difference. This is where the MMA guys are having a lot of the success. I can't remember who Ben was fighting because I'm not that sort of keyed in with the BKFC just yet, but it will be. Give it time, and it will be. I'll be sort of doing the videos like I know, like the UFC and Bellator and PFL and things like that. But when it comes to the clinch, man, I seen a fight with Ben Rothwell, and he put his hands around the back. I think it was his right hand. No, it was his left hand. Forgive me about the actual hand, around the back of his opponent's neck, and he was hitting his opponent with body shots that I've never seen. I've never seen anybody able to take that type of punishment. And then he got the crowd, or sorry, the opponent's corner threw in the towel, and they had to quit the fight because the guy took that much punishment. Fair play to the guy. He took the punishment. He didn't get knocked out. It was I don't know how that goes down. Just like is that a TKO or something? When they throw in the towel. I don't know how that works out, but man, that was an absolute war. Now, I'm looking at other people. I think Mick Terrell is fighting in this year. Mick Terrell, people know I'm going to make a separate video on Mick Terrell, but Mick, that's like a championship bout. I think Mick Terrell had the belt. He lost the belt, and now he's fighting for the belt again. But you've got a guy, Ben Rothwell, who's in the heavyweight division. How does Mick Terrell fight a guy like Ben Rothwell? Now, I understand Mick Terrell is classic bare knuckle boxer. This guy can fight. This guy is trained in the art of throwing hands with no gloves on. I get that. But realistically speaking, when it comes to the clinch work, and you've got a guy so big like Ben Rothwell who can, you see, normally when it comes to the clinch, right? Let's talk about MMA. You really need to close the distance, and you need to bring them down. But when it comes to Ben Rothwell, he's got so much power and strength in just his arm alone that he can have the distance, and he can sort of keep himself safe with the hand around the back of the neck and lay off and body shots, and you don't even know where the body shots are coming from. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if Ben Rothwell fought Mick Terrell before. That's how much I know about the BKFC, but I'm assuming he didn't. How does a Mick Terrell fight a Ben Rothwell if he wins the belt back, or his opponent Adams, I believe you call his opponent? So how do you compete against a Ben Rothwell? To compete against a guy like Ben Rothwell, you need to you need to create that distance. You need to have the big overhand rights to reach his chin, because this guy's absolutely humongous. And I'm pumped for that fight, man. I'm really, really pumped. So that's a sleeper of a fight, in my opinion. I've watched him. Now, when it comes to your guy Duffy, he's fought in MMA. And what you really need to watch out with him is, because these are two MMA guys coming. I think this is Duffy's professional debut. I could be wrong on that. I apologize if I'm wrong about that. But I think it's his professional debut in bare knuckle boxing. But what I would watch out for with Duffy is his straight rights. Like that guy in MMA, if anybody knows who he is, I mean, he was lethal. He had this crazy knockout in MMA where it was straight down the pipe and the guy was like lying on the ground eating his tongue. So both of these guys are well equipped in the art of throwing hands. So that is a really, really good fight to watch out for, in my opinion. Like, if you're stoked for the main event, great. If you're stoked for the McTrell fight, if you're stoked for all the other fights, great. But if there's just solely BKFC fans coming in here looking for like a really good fight, maybe they don't know who Ben Rothwell is or Duffy is, that is going to be an absolute scorcher. Because at the end of the day, Ben Rothwell knew in MMA he had to make it, theatrical. He had to have crazy walkouts. He had that thing where his eyes were rolling into the back of his head like he was the Undertaker. It was great. I love Ben Rothwell. Whenever he left MMA, I was actually really sad. I'm not going to lie to you. He was one of my favorite fighters. I loved him. I think he's great. But that is a fight to watch out for, guys. That is a fight, and I cannot wait for this fight. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to premiere a fight companion for that. So I'll leave the link for that in the description. And what a fight companion is, a lot of people don't know. It's like a watch along. So I watch the fight. The fight isn't on the screen. You're watching my reaction to it. And maybe you're home alone. There's a lot of people, home alone. Maybe they're just out of work and they want to watch the fight or something. Maybe they want a bit of crack. You can watch the fight along with me. You can come on. You can have your say on my channel if you want while you're watching the fight too. And essentially, it's just basically a buddy. That's it. A buddy. I watch the fights. The fights aren't on the screen, but you're getting my reaction to the fights, and you can come on. You can have a bit of crack. So I'll leave the link in the description for that. You can set your reminders for that. And just know, guys, the only toll you have to pay for this channel is liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell. I do not want your money. The only tool to watch all my stuff for free is like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That's all I want from you. And I do have a second channel, Serial Killing Minds. It's my true crime channel where I go live with Sean Warner every Thursday at 9 p.m. We will be ramping up the lives a little bit more on that channel. I go live on the Holden official channel and the Serial Killing Minds channel. The link for the Serial Killing Minds channel is in the description of this video. Head over now if you're into true crime. Sean Warner speaks to serial killers. So we speak about a different serial killer every week. One of the most famous serial killers that he spoke to and he's had letters from and artwork from is BTK. So he's very well equipped in the knowledge of serial killers and true crime. So if you're into that type of stuff, click the link in the description for Serial Killing Minds. Go over, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tune in for that every Thursday at 9 p.m. And as I say, after about 6-7 months to a year, all that content will come off my Holden official channel because we're going to go live multi-stream on Rumble, Holden official, and the Serial Killing Minds channel. Once we build up the audience, then it will fully just be, the lives will fully just go on the Rumble and the Serial Killing Minds channel. So yeah, if you're into that type of stuff, all the links are in the description. And if you want to go follow me on social media, all those links are in the description also. But yeah, guys, if you want to do me another favor, share, copy link the clipboard, send to your friend on Facebook or WhatsApp Messenger. Sharing is caring, spreading the word is good. Maybe other people, are into this type of content with the Serial Killing Mind stuff, with the BKFC stuff, with the MMA stuff. Sharing's good too. But man, I'm so pumped for this BKFC 56 Utah card. I'm pumped to see Mick Terrell because he's he's not from Ireland, he's from Newcastle in England, but I would still consider him one of our own because he's from this neck of the woods. He's from across the pond, and I really hope that I think this is for a championship belt. I think he lost the belt. He wants to win the belt back again. So I think if he wins this, then he becomes champion. And then Ben Rothwell is sitting at 2 fights in MMA, both wins, I believe. And this whole heavyweight division in the BKFC is just absolutely crazy. That's what I have for you today. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Peace.